Let's talk Dove Deeply Nourishing Body Wash. I sang its praises a while back because it was so creamy and that, but I've changed my mind for a few reasons. One, I don't like the fragrance. It's the Dove fragrance, as somebody said, and it's a sort of industrial smell to me. It's not natural to me. Two, I think all these body washes are trying to go acidy. They're going under 7 pH, whereas traditional soap was above 7. And I'm starting to think alkaline is best for body washing. And three, the main reason, I don't think you can be a cream and a cleaner at the same time, because to me, a cleaner sort of strips oils away. The cream puts oil on, puts cream on, so I'm not sure that you can really be a good body wash trying to be both. They've got another deeply creamy one, and that said it had about 20% cream in it, whereas this one doesn't say how much it's got in it, but it must be more. This must be their most creamy body wash. So I don't know, maybe 25%, 30%. I'm just making numbers up. Here's the ingredients. I'll take a closer look at these in detail at the end with my comments on them. So anyway, I'm going to compare them to these 4 body washes plus a soap, which I've switched back to. I've switched back to soap. I want dead water. First of all, Sanex Zero. How can you be zero? But anyway, there's the ingredients for that if you want to pause it. I would have issues with the lactic acid. Not that many ingredients, so they're almost right with zero, I suppose. Let's get perfume in there. Next, Sanex Expert, which is micellar. This is an interesting one because of the texture. There's not many ingredients in this either. I don't know, 10 or something. Let's get lactic acid again. I'm against that. I think we should be even alkaline. Next up, Sanex Natural Prebiotic. It's got prebiotics. It's to do with the pH 5.5 stuff again. That's the pH your skin's meant to be at. So this is, I think, that's why they've all went lactic acid or acidic. But, and again, not many ingredients. Well, a bit more. Inulin, that's a prebiotic, lactic acid. So that puts me off. And finally, good old soap. Very hard to find in the shops now, usually the bottom shelf or something. In a small supermarket, you might even just find one type. And there's not very many in there, but there's no acid in it, so I'm happy. Well, there's 8 dryonic acid in it. And I'll just throw in a Dove. I've bought up lots of soap now because it's so hard to find. You've all switched. That's lauric acid, not lactic. Yeah, I use a washcloth, as all sensible people do, and I find it's a good gauge for, well, I think it's a good gauge for the texture or what it's doing to your skin, because I had one from Sanex one about 12 years ago that took the baubles off my cotton, took my cotton baubles off, and I felt very ill using that as a body wash. But this creamy one, it saturated it. The way it's looking just now is because of soap. It's in pretty good condition. Because of soap, I say. So I'm going to do a useless thingy with cheap pH paper here, because I just want to see if these are acidic. Because your microbiome, your skin surface is about 5.5 apparently. And so I think all the body washes are starting to go acidic. But I think natural detergents have always been alkaline, and maybe alkaline's better than wiping stuff off or dissolving the fats or whatever. So I'm not convinced about the acidics in terms of washes. And that's what I found with the Dove Deeply Nourishing. I felt it wasn't washing me good enough. Could just be making stuff up and that, you know. And here's just to show you how this is deeply different this is from the others. Really thick. So I think detergents probably shouldn't be like that, you know, because it's a cream really. That micellar one was interesting, the sort of texture. It felt like frog spawn or something. So here's my useless pH paper. So don't buy this cheap paper, guys. If you learn anything from this video, learn through ignorance. Because I didn't see anything change, but then maybe they're all pH 6 or something. You know? But I tried with better paper afterwards. So they could be 5 or 6. I threw this paper out straight after this. Here's the decent quality ones, but I've only got 5 left, so I didn't want to use them, but anyway. So I'm looking at this, the green stayed at the bottom there, so it's above 5.5, but I don't know what that is really, 6.25 or something. This one actually turned out to be the least acidic of all these ones, body washes. You're meant to check after about 15 or 30 seconds, so I don't know, I would say 6, but because your skin's meant to be pH 5.5 apparently, naturally. But as I say, I think detergents, you need to be alkaline to really dissolve and wash your surface of your skin off. So these ones, that's not even green there, as you can see. That's just a bit more green. I don't know, I'm just making stuff up now, guys. But the Deeply Nourishing is definitely the greenest. So I take that to be the least acidic. I mean, the other ones are saying that maybe down at 5 or something, as I take it. Keep in mind that I'm just making stuff up. Yeah, looking at the others, I mean, it's not a bit of green there. That's Sanex Zero, this the natural prebiotic one. And the other one, Micellar. So is that any use to you? We'll just look at pH again. So I'm not very green at all, maybe I'm just a bit in the bottom bit of the strip. So I'm totally confused. The only one that's green at the bottom is Deeply Nourishing, so maybe that's the least acidic of them. Some people on the Dove website were saying that they find this is the only one they can use for eczema until they change to the new recipe or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, here's Sanex. I make a mess of this. Testing soap. I think this is alkaline. So I've messed it up, but I'm pretty sure this is meaning it's very alkaline. Maybe about 8 or something. Best I could do, guys. You know? Very scientific. Try my best. I don't know. I mean, it looks a bit pH 8 to me, but very dodgy result. So I'm back on the soap, anyway. Here we are again. It's about 2 minutes later or something. Yeah, I'll just show you. This is show you the textures and that, what it looks like when you're washing. I mean, I like the idea of it being very creamy, you know. I liked it, the feeling that it was putting a covering over my skin without having to use cream afterwards or anything. Not that I do, but I like the idea. Other people have said that on the Dove's website. They said that they don't use their cream anymore because this is enough. But it clogged up my body wash cloth, my washcloth. So I take that as a sort of barometer. Because usually what happens with the acidic ones is it becomes too dry in my washcloth. And I don't like the bubbles. I don't like bubbles stuff. Is that just for show or is it some sort of purpose? I think it's just for show. So I don't like because that clings to you when you get out of your bath and that as well. See? So I take the water to be, I don't know, 7 or something, 6 maybe. I don't know. Alright, here's a prebiotic one. So again, I think the pH of this will be, I don't know, under 6 or something. Got a sort of slippery texture. I'm getting good at this, and heart surgeon stuff, material now. Just out of the surgery. Operating theatre. And then it's all bubbly again. I'm anti-bubbles. I think it's a false god. Plus it clings to you. Yeah, your bath. I think it's probably bad for you as well, but I don't have no proof. Alright, here's the micellar stuff. So this is like the frog spawn stuff. It's quite interesting. It's a nice feel. But again, I'm not sure whether this might inhibit your wash, sort of get in the way. But it really does cling to you. Anyway. So as I say, I had a Sanex body wash about 12 years ago that took the cotton off my washcloth, and I was feeling ill every day as well, because your skin is your biggest source of external toxins, apparently. It's even bigger than your lungs or your gut, because it's such a big surface area. You're absorbing stuff all the time. So if people are allergic to stuff, you may be allergic to the things in this as well. You know, or detox I'm talking more of rather than allergy. And here we've got the zero. That was a bit like the micellar stuff as well. Got a frog spawn. Yeah, your skin, you absorb all these things. So I started trying Epsom salt baths and I felt really ill. So I don't know what it was doing to me, but even a magnesium salt bath, I don't feel too good afterwards. You can get the things in home bargains now. This is a bit more bubbly, but I'm anti-bubbles. I know you all like bubbles. I want my water to be dead, stagnant, got a stagnant form. And finally soap. Good old soap. In the bottom shelf. Or in smaller supermarkets, not at all maybe. I'm back in this soap. Alright, it's a bit harder to lather. But once you get going. Yeah, that soapiness there, but it disappears in the water. Because I think it takes everything that you've got there and it dumps it all in the water once you put your hands in. And the hands are clean for a month now. There we go, stagnant blender. Absolutely fantastic. Everything's left behind. Okay, I'll talk about the Dove Deeply Nourishing ingredients now. I typed the ingredients of Dove Deeply Nourishing into Google Bard, and this is what it told me. It's a really long list. I don't think I've seen a list as long as this. But anyway, surfactants, which are meant to be the sort of things that agitate the surface of the skin and wash things away. There's 5 listed. Aqua, well that's water. Everyone knows that, don't you? The main ingredient and solvent. Cocoa midodopropane, a gentle surfactant that cleanses and forms lather. Sodium lauryl glycinate, another mild surfactant derived from glycine, an amino acid. Sodium lauryl isethionate, a gentle and lathering surfactant used in shampoos and body washes. Sodium isethionate, another surfactant that creates lather and cleanses without stripping natural oils. By the way, Google Bar didn't know what it was I was putting in. They didn't know it was Dove Deeply Nourishing, but it seems to have known all the ingredients and knew it was a body wash or shampoo. Thickeners and conditioners. There's 3. Sodium hydroxypropyl starch phosphate. Thickens the product and provides a smooth texture. Whenever you see starch, you think it's going to be a thickener, especially in liquid. Oh, that's me saying that, that's my opinion. Glycerin. A humectant that attracts and retains moisture, keeping the skin and hair hydrated. Hydrogenated soybean oil, a conditioning agent that softens and smooths the skin. And then the list says other ingredients, of which there's 13. So there's a lot of ingredients in this. Sodium chloride, which is salt, thickens the product and adjusts viscosity. Perfume, fragrance. I don't like the Dove fragrance. It's a bit industrial to me and unnatural, I don't know. Helianthus anise seed oil, brackets, sunflower seed oil. Well, why didn't you tell us, eh? A natural emollient that nourishes the skin and hair. Sodium benzoate, preservative. Caprylyl glycol, emollient and humectant. Sodium hydroxide, pH adjuster. Citric acid, another pH adjuster. Stearic acid, palmitic acid. Fatty acids that help stabilise the product and provide some conditioning. Sodium gluconate, chelating agent that binds minerals in water. Caprylic acid, emollient and fragrance component. That's funny because that's one of the things people take for gut candidiasis, because caprylic acid kills candida, apparently. Guar hydroxypropyl trimonium chloride, conditioner that detangles and smooths the hair. Well, it's a body wash, what are you talking about? Hydroxystearic acid, thickener and emollient. Benzoyl alcohol, citronellyl, hexylcinnamyl, limonene, linalool, fragrance components, maybe potential allergens for some individuals. So that's even more than 13 if you list them all individually. Well, that's it guys, I'm exhausted, I'm fed up. But for me, I'm back on the soap. I should also mention fragrance. I don't like the fragrance of this one, it's got a very strong sort of industrial Dove smell. The other ones I can't really smell any fragrance at all. Just very subtle. You can just smell stuff. Yeah, nothing really. No, just that one. So even just the fragrance would put me off that one actually. And I'm back on the soap. Very hard to find in shops now, but yeah, I've said my piece. Okay.